Wow, Planet of the Titans.
Where is it?
Haneri 3 is home to titanic life, some of which are so numerous and dangerous that they render some aliens areas of the planet inhospitable for any species. Worrying. And
Uh,
proto-civilization.
Interesting. On which planet?
Um, Haneri something. Alright, just
Haneri
click.
is an interesting little star system there.
Alright, what do they think of us? Jagawa Commonwealth. We are receiving you, human. How can Jagawa Commonwealth help you? They actually like us.
Because you're both materialists.
Yep. Alright, well, I'll establish an embassy with them, I think. Why not? Can't hurt.
This world, Fidget, which I will rename because that's a terrible name, is actually, it's weird. It's kind of like Antarctica. Like, there's all these ice sheets, but when I clear them away, there's a shitload of food underneath.
Oh,
So it's like a former jungle. Oh, you got some void clouds.
I do. At least my people.
Precursor artifacts
Very good.
on our Doct 5. Let's research that.
Let us.
Lettuce indeed. Lettuce and
Alright.
cheese.
Researching adoptive bureaucracy. Leader slots start to become handy at this point as you find yourself colonizing more and more. You need them governors.
Governor. Governor.
Hello,
Governor.
governor.
Governor. It's two governors from the Victorian era talking to each other.
That is what that
Governor.
is.
Governor. 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 Shepherd. Rex. Shepherd. Rex. Okay, Voltaum, which is the precursors I am chasing. Voltaum engineers at some point built a massive orbital complex near Ardoct 5 dedicated to computer research. Strangely, they seem to have ignored the normally popular field of artificial intelligence to focus exclusively on virtual realities and massive computer simulations. Most of the complex has been ruined by weapons fire and micrometeoroids, but what remains is in remarkable condition given the station's age. So I have the Special Project Orbital Complex, and we're going to divert all attention to that right now. First Seeker, tell us what you can about this orbital complex.
Science shit.
Meanwhile, Second Seeker Tualaka is, or Taluaka, again, I can't pronounce my own made-up language, is busy researching debris. Not as exciting a job.
Alright, wormhole calibration matrix.
Hell yeah.
Studied. Plus wormhole range 50%, plus wormhole generation rate 25%. I love that research.
Hell yeah.
Alright, and I am going to unlock, I think, graphic sensors for survey speed. And we're just going to keep doing what we're doing. I'm going to unlock cruisers.
Nice.
Yeah, my military power should start to outstrip the apathy here soon, I would imagine. I am
well, and
militarist here.
there's a lot of wiggle room in that, so even if it says you're equivalent, it could mean that you're like up to 45% stronger than them already. So I think you have to be
Sure could.
50% stronger for it to say superior. Alright, First Seeker.
Alright. Gonna go to ship designer.
Alright, I finished the quest. The archaeologists investigating the Voltaum orbital complex above Ardoct 5 have stumbled upon an interesting find. They managed to recover a partial copy of what was apparently a fairly popular multi-user virtual reality game enjoyed by billions of Voltaum across their empire. So we found World of Warcraft. Although the game takes place in a fictional and highly satirized version of their contemporary society, it has proved an invaluable source of information both on their language and customs. An interesting find. I get +1 Voltaum artifact and 86 physics research.
Very good. And I now have Shark-class destroyers incoming as soon as destroyer shipyards are built.
Nice.
Which I always, before I start cranking out ships, I build the shipyard for said ship if I can.
Mm-hmm.
I think for fairly obvious reasons.
For your playstyle, for sure. I usually... I'll probably skip them just because I'm not a military-focused... Well, we are militarists, but we don't... we don't have the same human mindset of, like, outproduce the enemy. Because we never really had, you know, World War II and all that shit.
That is true.
Not that I would know anything about World War II. If I did, I would definitely not be allowed to talk about it right now. So...
Very good.
And that's all I'm literally all I'm allowed to say.
All right. I'm researching things fast. Adaptive bureaucracy researched. What can I research now? I could research regenerative hull tissue, and have that done in a few months. So I'm going to do that.
Construction ship plugging away. I'm just working on clearing tile blockers right now before I start expanding to new planets.
Yeah, man.
For those of you that were wondering.
I am doing essentially the same thing. Build a spaceport everywhere if I
Hang
can.
on. I've got to rename this planet because this is really bothering me. So it's called Fidget. It's an ice world. I'm going to look up... The way I generate Etherevan names is I look up in the Sanskrit dictionary a word that is close to something that evokes what the world is. So... Hatadini. It sounds too much like Hoth. Thati. With an X at the end. There we go. I just can't stand having a planet called Fidget. It's so dorky. And Chaita I'll rename before the next stream, because that one doesn't bother me as much.
Alrighty.
Anomaly found.
Found an anomaly. We're receiving a weak signal from the surface of this moon. The source appears to be some kind of tracking beacon. Level 1 anomaly, so probably nothing Earth-shaking. Or IL shaking. We don't live on Earth. Got a nice little asteroid belt here.
Construction complete.
I am currently in the process of clearing so many tile blockers.
Yeah, that's what I've been up to as well. Mining network. Mining network.
I love that I can get that done now, though. That's something I'm actually a large fan of.
So a small short-range transmitter has been located on the surface of Brachma 3A. It appears to be an ancient survey marker placed here eons ago to mark a large deposit of precious metals. The miners it was meant for have evidently never arrived, as the deposit is still here. So if I mine that world, I get +4 energy credits. So many tile blockers.
I will,
Jeez.
as soon as it's done, obviously, I will have, Ooh, a leader died. I didn't notice that happening. I hate it when that happens. Just a total waste of friggin' time.
Yeah.
Like, you could have been researching that anomaly, but you weren't, 'cause stuff.
'Cause you're dead.
'Cause you did.
You dead. You dead, fool.
I say he did.
He did.
Alright, ooh, hostile fleets present where? Space amoebas present places. Okay, have gravitic sensors.
Speaking of which, if you're a linguistics nerd like me, one of the funniest things about the southern U.S. accent, that normally accents just change the way you pronounce letters, but the southern U.S. accent actually changes the numbers of syllables in words. Like the word dead, they say dead. You get an extra syllable in there. I've always found that really interesting.
System survey.
You would.
Yeah.
You would find that fascinating.
This is what my friends deal with on a daily basis. This is par for the course. Yep. I'm gonna build another wormhole station in your space.
You're welcome to it.
Yeah. The friendship between the Aethirova Concord and the United Global Alliance so far shows no bounds. Whether we decide to keep it that way for narrative reasons will remain to be seen. We might have a gentleman's agreement to have some conflict spring up between the two of us at some point in the future. But
If realism so
if it makes sense, yeah. If there's a good reason for us to fight.
Construction complete.
Neither of our species are particularly warmongering, so I know I'm wasting a lot of money on tile blockers inefficiently, as in when I have other better things I could be spending my money on right now, but again, I actually have not played much Stellaris in the last 2 weeks because I've had Total War Warhammer and game I'm not supposed to talk about to be working on, so
All right. The UGA First Fleet is once again on a butt-kicking expedition.
on a butt-kicking expedition.
Frickin' void clouds, space amoebas, all of
we
it.
found an anomaly. Our initial scans have caught an irregular signal reminiscent of our own distress patterns. Interesting. First Seeker. Investigate. God, move your phone. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, so we are now in negotiations to appoint a new speaker for the Saraya, the ruling council of Ayal. The decision will be announced on 2240-401.
Excellent.
Construction complete.
Admiral Gain trait, adaptable. Good for him.
So let's look at our choices. We have Eyes of Gold, who's our current leader. He is resilient and at home in the sky, and he gives us plus 10 research speed with his scientific leap agenda. The other option is Beak of Gold. He's slightly lower level. He wants to develop industry, which gives us construction, mining station, and mining network build cost minus 15. He's warlike, which gives us lower ship cost and army cost, and fertility preacher, which gives us plus food. I'm actually going to go with the new guy, or I'm going to try to support him anyway. Which costs me 200 influence. I could definitely spare that right now. Alright. So Beak of Gold, or whatever I choose to name him in the lore, is our new speaker. And he is warlike, so that could be part of what influences our narrative decision to go to war with the Apathy. We have a warlike candidate taking over from one who is not so warlike.
Interesting.
So the signal we intercepted was a distress call from a ship in orbit around Alphekath 4A. The ship is not giving away any heat signature and seems to be drifting. A special project has been issued to investigate what has happened to the crew. Intriguing. So we're going to go ahead and send the first Seeker to research the special project, if we can. Is it like right underneath you? There it is. Derelict ship. Oh wow, it's actually it has its own model. That's cool. I like that. I'm a fan of that. I almost just said I'm a fan of that on Facebook, and then I remembered that hasn't been a thing for many years.
No.
Being
no,
a fan of things on Facebook.
It really has
So
not.
kids, back in the day, you didn't like things on Facebook, you were a fan of them, which was totally a different thing.
Special project complete.
Alright, the crew of the ship has been found dead. What is more disturbing is that they appear to have been killed by some highly advanced brain parasites, which infested them and turned them mad. Thanks to Science Officer First Seeker Taka's findings, we could protect our own crew from being infected. Gain 106 society research. That could be an interesting little Star Trek episode entry there.
It sure could.
The brain parasites of Alpheca 2A.
Global energy management researched. Next, I will research. How about field modulation? Just my energy credits just don't need help, but you never know when they will. So you might as well keep your technology to make them up to snuff.
Yeah.
In my opinion, technology to upgrade the buildings and generate them.
I always run out of energy credits when I'm trying to clear tile blockers.
Do you?
Yep.
Alright. So, are you guys repaired? Nope, you're not. Are you guys... research. Regenerative hull tissue research. That could be interesting as a story.
It is quite a useful tech, if I do say so myself. Upgrading my spaceports. Actually, I should make sure they all have solar panels before I upgrade them in
Red
size.
crystal capacitors researched just by debris.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of minerals to spare, but not enough energy credits, as per usual. Alright, I have unlocked the railguns, and I don't know how long this tech slot has been sitting around. I really need to pay more attention to that. I'm gonna clear more tile blockers, and I'm gonna research... Oh, let's do engineering facilities. Even though engineering's not very high on our list, we might as well grab them.
Construction complete.
Might as well do it. Checking all my planets. Ooh, I've got some pops that are unemployed. We'd hate to have that. Build a mine there. Build basic science lab here.
Unemployment. Pops hate that.
Yep, they do. Okay, research.
I've only
Scarring
just-
on a planet. Research that anomaly.
2000 AD in chat says, I've only just noticed that the neighbors are the yapathy and not the apathy, which is what I thought they were saying.
The apathy mandate.
Apathy mandate. Yeah, I think we're just gonna not do anything today like we do every day.
Yeah, why would we do
Like, why would we go out of our way to do stuff? Alright, so I've finished the next part of my mass extinction quest.
Very good.
In the Shorta system in UGA space. Mass extinction, desolate planet. A planet in this system still wears the fossilized traces of a past ecology on its sleeve. What could turn a thriving biosphere into a blasted wasteland? A special project has been issued to trace the surface of these disastrous transformations.
Situation log updated.
This is on Shutra 4.
Very good.
So the first seeker is heading in. What's the follow cam hotkey? Q. You basically...
Alien writing. Fascinating. We discovered alien writing, chronicling the life of an alien mercenary.
Oh yeah, you found another... That must be the next chapter of the one you found last time.
Yep, it must have been.
Yeah, they just really loved writing about this mercenary. I wonder if he was a real guy, or if we're just mistaking literature for historical truth. Hang on, I got unemployment. Why are you unemployed? There are plenty of tiles to work on this planet, dude.
Why are you unemployed? I don't want to move.
These damn millennials not wanting to even go look for a job.
Not wanting to move.
Yeah.
Like the rest of us. That's us making fun of the casual yet omnipresent ageism our generation endures.
Okay, so mass extinction barren. Life on the now barren planet was sadly doomed from the start. As if by some cruel stellar conspiracy, the dominant species on the planet barely had time to awaken to sapience and invent agriculture before, through unfortunate geological mechanisms, the Earth started turning sour. Samples from lower soil strata and the fossilized remains of the creatures that once roamed the planet show that several vital minerals needed to rejuvenate the soil ended up, through their largely agricultural diet, in the endoskeletons of the native beings. Their bones were prone to fossilize rather than decay, and their very existence exhausted the fragile ecosystem they inhabited, leaving it permanently transformed in the wake of their passing. So that's another step of that quest done.
That's sad.
That is sad. It doesn't solve our problem of our dying planet yet, but perhaps soon. Perhaps soon we